the literal mascot of the Xbox brand. The name Halo carries a gravitational weight revolving around the very center and the heart of what Xbox represents. 6 years of development, a 1-year delay, and millions of fans waiting to see if Halo Infinite can make good on a promise and to make right what they have stumbled through for 10 years and not only satisfy fans, but bring a smile to their face and win over their hearts. This is the full review of the campaign for Halo Infinite. This is Cole Eastwood. Thank you for checking out this video. Today we are obviously reviewing the full campaign for Halo Infinite. No spoilers. So if you end up enjoying this video, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. And let's see if Halo Infinite and 343 finally made a great Halo. Halo Infinite is an unprecedented attempt to revitalize a long-standing franchise, offering a classic feel in a modern era. With a near true open world, big mission set pieces, and a more meaningful story that focuses on Master Chief and his role to save humanity against an enemy that is more dedicated and advantageous as told in the story. A story that will not be spoiled or told or barely even hinted at in this review. A description of how Halo Infinite is set to play will be illustrated here. Graphics and visuals are a major concern for a next-generation console launch game, and for a AAA flagship title in Halo Infinite. Famously, the game was delayed an entire year based solely on the demand for better advanced graphics in this semi-open world. Two things to keep in mind looking at visuals for Halo Infinite is that this is still supposed to be an Xbox One and Xbox Series era game. And two, 343 was really striving to strike a Halo Combat Evolved classic look in modern times with clean UI and simple visual cues. Shiny armor and guns are now replaced with lived-in, war-torn distressed metal and burned, blasted texture work across ships and the landscape. Lighting is baked in and simulated with a dynamic day-night cycle, and enemies have been improved for the past year, and Craig is a distant memory. Strangely enough, the visuals across Halo Infinite look like a mix of Halo 4 and Halo 5. Concessions were made so that the game could run across what is essentially a medium-sized full open world or a large chunk of the Zeta Halo ring that you can traverse from one end to the other in free roam. Character models are convincing enough with the pilot, weapon AI, and Chief not looking much more advanced in close-ups as anything we've seen in recent years. But where the visuals and graphics shine is in the open world, with Skyrim-like moments of beauty, towering enemy fortresses, and a massive playground full of enemies to traverse on your own path or through the big missions. The game is begging for photo mode, something the series has never offered, and the wide vistas in combat with flying projectiles and colorful dynamics show that across the majority of Halo Infinite, the visuals and graphics are impressive, enjoyable to the eyes, and alive in the moment. The sound is where Halo Infinite brings all of the visuals to life. The report of rifles, explosions, and melee. Impacts sing with hard-hitting splendor, crisp, bass, punchy, and shimmering wonder, making the world believable, and the quick response behind the controls, fully connected with particle effects and snappy audio.
Surround and eliminate the humans!
Immediately, the creativity and fluid movement lends your Master Chief the capability to pull off incredible movements, combos, and John Wick-like gunplay from the very start, and the grapple shot becomes your favorite addition to the game within moments. Combat in Halo Infinite is a test of timing, Doom-like movement, and environmental collateral damage that you can use to your advantage or use to escape an early death. Big set pieces are a part of the main missions, blurring the lines between cinematic player-created moments and seamless in-engine cutscenes that will keep you connected to the story, the action, and the attachment to Master Chief and his new allies. Aiming is tight, responsive, and the visual splendor or blooming post-processing effects mixed with grounded in reality cavernous firearms report bring the presentation and the feeling of satisfaction from behind the weapons to full tilt. I played Halo Infinite on heroic, and the determination, stout shield, and dodge-happy enemies elevated the gameplay in all of the right ways. The combat, in my opinion, is a mix of classic Halo and Doom, with fast movement and pinpoint accurate gunplay, with 343 nailing the feel of Master Chief armaments with heavy recoil, snappy animations, and full control on foot and in hand. Using the plentiful fusion coils in the corners and behind cover makes a 3-combo combat of shoot, melee, and grenade upgraded to a 4-combo affair with grapples, thrown explosive items, cranking up the collateral damage, and physics-based interactions in the moment. A fully satisfactory display of highlight reel worthy kill chains and makes dying and even reloading a reward as you try again, and this time to try to make it even better. Classic Halo vehicle combat is available early on and ramps up throughout your progression in the campaign with returning armaments and no surprises yet with familiar vehicles we have piloted throughout the main parts of the Halo series. An open world means that you can tackle outposts, fortresses, and enemy camps in multiple ways using ranged weapons, heavy assault, collateral damage with explosives, vehicles, or in any combination of these, with an untimely death serving as a learning point to try again with a more creative or strategic approach. This is where the game shines, with the ultimate feel of freedom driving the enjoyment of snappy gunplay in an open world. Makes map-marked excursions a mini-mission of their very own cultivated gameplay a highlight reel in the making. But everything you do in Halo Infinite is fully under your control. Each melee, throwable, and gunplay maneuver and grapple combination is something that you do with timing, player movement, and interacting with the amazing physics built into the slipspace engine in this open world. The enemies, especially on harder difficulties, do not let up and make you earn their demise as you flank, get the upper hand, and use each of these 4 combos to your best advantage, while you're always outnumbered. Take a look at this. It's a big open world, and objectives are just over the hill or across a vast cascade of mountains. The map in itself, being semi-open world, is well over 2,500 meters across, giving you a major landscape to play around in. Having access to UNSC and enemy vehicles makes traversing the wide landscapes more enjoyable, more dynamic, but also makes you a massive rolling target. Online co-op in the open world begs for friends to pilot the gunner seat while you drive in the Zeta Halo ring, but that's coming in early next year in the open world. And this is the open world formula. You're on Zeta Halo, a massive terraformed ring entrenched by the banished with scattered, captured, or threatened UNSC soldiers or Spartans downed across the encampments and banished fortresses. You will find audio logs strewn around outposts that will give you an insight into how everything went to pieces long before Master Chief got to the ring. Your secondary objective is to capture forward operating bases or FOBs. Here you can earn and unlock standard and advanced weapons and fast travel here at any time to refill or restock weapons or grab a vehicle to cover more ground quickly. Dotted across the map are propaganda towers with hilarious broadcasted taunts or recruitment propaganda from grunts and brutes. This is much like Far Cry, Just Cause, and Mad Max combined to offer a reward of valor for finding and stopping the growth of the banished cause. Valor is a currency earned that will automatically unlock new weapons and vehicles from the FOB sites. Sabotaging maintenance stations as well as major fuel stations in forts makes up some of the Just Cause-like objectives you can perform to earn valor and unlock new weapons and vehicles. Another objective comes from squads and POWs under attack or captured from the Banished. Marines are held by plasma-based restraints, and once freed will immediately pick a weapon and fight by your side. Squads under attack are marked on the map, and when you arrive to fight by their side, they will be protecting upgrades or gear, and you'll earn valor by stepping into the battle to help them turn the tide. These are chaotic fights with a lot of crossfire, and you must act quickly to save the Marines outnumbered. Each area you discover has a list of collectibles, audio logs, and upgrades that you can keep an eye out for as you fight your way through or just explore enemy outposts after the dust has settled. The most motivating and satisfying open world trope here in Halo Infinite is the Spartan Cores. These are much like you would find in Fallout, a full upgrade slot for your Spartan equipment set. Master Chief has 5 sets of main equipment: a grapple shot, shield, threat sensor, drop shield, and thruster pack. Finding these Spartan Cores by scanning the environment with Eagle Vision can be pinged at any time. Once found, they will appear on the map, and you can beeline to them at will. Also, a very cool crossover feature in the game are armor lockers. These contain randomized cosmetics or armor upgrades for your online multiplayer character. This is a decently sized open world made up of loaded areas for main missions that will take you into massive Forerunner structures for bigger curated moments and boss battles. This part of the ring is sizable, with major areas that can be traversed with vehicles or a combination of the grapple and Chief's swift movement and no fall damage on foot verticality. There are 7 types of free roam objectives on the map that will help you build your Master Chief. These are available for you to take on while not in the main missions. And there is a distinction between the main missions, which take you through a linear path, usually inside a major structure, and then return you to the open free form of the ring. The campaign will take you anywhere from 6 to 15 hours, on average basing off of how most people play open world games. But it's safe to say that Halo Infinite will take players longer than any other Halo game that they've played. The open world will be available after the credits roll for completionists and still populated by returning enemies, drop ships, and drop pods, as well as new forts. High-value targets or assassination targets are surrounded by tons of enemies, heavy armaments, and reinforcements that may give you several respawn deaths and new attempts to get the best of the Banished in their dug-in defenses. Traversing the open world to collect armor pieces for your multiplayer character is hugely satisfying, as many of them are hard to reach or hidden in areas or protected by angry and taunting enemies that are addictive to dispatch before collecting your reward.
Break open easy. Soft inside.
Chief, I see him.
Halo Infinite takes place after Halo 5, but sidesteps much of what weighed down the last game, with Blue Team and Osiris omitted and the focus solely on Master Chief, his rescuer, the pilot, and a new assistant, Cortana's replacement called the Weapon. Master Chief has chosen to fight the Banished head-on inside of the Zeta Halo ring. The Banished is led by brutes, which have a much bigger manifesto than the Religious Covenant, carrying over from Halo Wars 2. The story is told on a personal level, with Master Chief much more vocal as he works alongside the Weapon, his new AI, to find out what has gone wrong and why the UNSC was compromised. And so many were killed and captured on the Zeta Halo ring. There are touching moments, funny quips, and difficult, brutal displays across the seamless in-engine cutscenes that keep you connected to the story. With a connection to legacy, Halo lore, and a look into something even bigger, the story is told with a combination of audio logs, in real-time holographic echoes and recordings that stitch together a look into why Master Chief is put in such a difficult position of choice. The game is meant to continue on with so many questions unanswered and much more to look forward to, and motivate you to see it through in future expansions. More digging and a knowledge of deep-level history may help newer fans understand the weight of the main story points by the time the credits roll. The highlight of the storytelling, even for fans of Master Chief and his role in the universe, is surprisingly the villain. One of the hallmarks of Halo Infinite is a clear and ever-present villain, constantly taunting and looming over Master Chief, with the Banished led by Escharum. Improvements over the past year have lent this brute leader a dark and menacing detailed appearance, with deep red lighting to accent his personal vendetta out for the Master Chief and to stop humanity in the war and from existing altogether in this universe. The sound and cinematic presentation of Escharum is amplified by his incredible sound design and the rumble of the Xbox controller when he lets out his guttural roars and deep chest rising calls to pull Master Chief apart.
I found the best, the cruelest, the most efficient killers in the universe, and taught them how to be better.
The presence of an overlord constantly reminding us that it's not just an army of brutes, but a sinister mastermind behind the genocide of anyone that does not follow the ideals of the Banished, calls for motivation for Master Chief to enter the Zeta Halo ring in the very beginning and risk life and loyalty to stop this force. Early on, you will recover the weapon, the new Cortana sent to stop this new threat, and she is meant to be naive, innocent, and immediately loyal to the Master Chief. She is the angel on your shoulder and guides you through this new world and new experience for even seasoned Halo fans. The pilot provides comic relief in his own right, but also a strong human anchor for us to remember that humanity is at the center of Master Chief's will to risk everything in Halo Infinite. The full experience, minus every single audio log, is well over 20 plus hours. The open world is the highlight of Halo Infinite, and even with main missions, big story piece boss battles and cutscenes, the call to go back to the open world is easily the biggest draw that will bring the joy of Halo like you've never experienced. Master Chief's front and center role, with years of turmoil and dedication to saving humanity, shines through, and the connection to him as a character is much stronger than previous iterations in the series. The omission of campaign co-op must have been a difficult decision to make because it is vital to the sharing of the open world with friends, and it hurts an experience that is still stellar alone and completely outnumbered. The story ends with more questions than answers, but the answers we do find close up many things while giving us even more to look forward to. Halo Infinite is just the first step in a new adventure, and the feel, presentation, and creativity happening all connected to your control, skill, and experience make Halo Infinite a breath of fresh air, a mix of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Just Cause, Doom, and classic rebooted Halo. Make this new game a must-play, a major hallmark for the new Xbox brand, and for me, one of the best Halo games I've played in 10 years. Halo Infinite gets a 9 out of 10. This is Colt Eastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you for staying this long on a very lengthy review. I tried to cover everything, but the most important takeaway, like I did with the preview about 3 or 4 weeks ago, is I wanted you to understand and get an idea of how the game will feel and how it will play. I think that is very important. As far as the story, I enjoyed the story parts of the campaign, and I stayed away from any major or any plot points at all, and I think that's super important. Halo fans are the most dedicated in the gaming sphere, and they do not want anything spoiled, and I think that is super important, so I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to be notified of new content that goes up weekly, and if you want to further support the channel, you can join the channel membership or join the Patreon, and you'll get early access to productions like this. I'm super grateful for the opportunity from Xbox to preview and review this game. It has been an absolute joy to play the game early and quietly, not able to tell people how the game is, and die-hard classic fans of Halo will find something here that they'll absolutely enjoy. But I want to know what you think of Halo and what you think the game will end up on Metacritic. So let me know in the comment section what you like most about what you've seen, and some people here will come just to be angry about how 343 is or how Halo has ended up. But as always, try not to get any arguments, and please be nice.